The Richelieu-class aircraft carriers stand as a testament to France's naval ambitions in the interwar period. Following the First World War, France sought to modernize its navy. The Washington Naval Treaty of 1922 limited the size and number of capital ships nations could possess. This treaty inadvertently spurred the development of aircraft carriers. France, with its extensive colonial holdings, recognized the strategic importance of naval aviation. The Richelieu-class, authorized in 1935, represented France's commitment to this new era of naval warfare. These carriers were designed to project French power across the globe. They were also intended to protect vital shipping lanes. The design of the Richelieu-class drew inspiration from the British carrier HMS Hermes. However, the French incorporated their own unique design philosophies. One notable feature was the concentration of the main armament forward of the superstructure. This arrangement maximized the availability of the flight deck for aircraft operations. The Richelieu-class carriers were large for their time, displacing over 35,000 tons. The outbreak of World War II in 1939 disrupted shipbuilding schedules and strained resources. Despite these setbacks, the French Navy pressed on with the completion of the lead ship Richelieu. The Richelieu-class carriers were formidable warships, embodying the latest advancements in naval architecture and technology. They measured over 812 feet in length and boasted a beam exceeding 108 feet. Their size allowed them to accommodate a large complement of aircraft and powerful weaponry. The ships displaced approximately 35,000 tons at full load. Armed with 8 15-inch guns in 2 heavily armored turrets, these guns could hurl shells over 20 miles. The forward turrets ensured a clear field of fire. They also carried a suite of anti-aircraft guns for defense. This included 16 4-inch guns in twin mounts and numerous smaller caliber weapons. The anti-aircraft defenses were further bolstered by 37mm and 20mm cannons. Powered by 6 Indret boilers, the ships achieved a top speed of 32 knots. Their range exceeded 9,000 nautical miles. Speed, range, and firepower made the Richelieu-class a force on the high seas. The heart of the Richelieu-class carriers resided in their spacious flight decks and well-equipped hangars. The flight deck, spanning over 700 feet in length, provided ample space for aircraft takeoffs and landings. It featured 2 catapults that could launch aircraft to flying speed. This was essential for heavier aircraft that required assistance getting airborne. The deck also incorporated arresting gear to safely recover landing aircraft. Below the flight deck lay a cavernous hangar capable of housing up to 60 aircraft. This hangar was served by 2 large elevators. These lifts transported aircraft between the hangar and the flight deck. The hangar was equipped with workshops and maintenance facilities. These allowed the crew to perform repairs and routine maintenance on the aircraft. Fuel and ordnance were stored deep within the ship. They were brought up to the flight deck by a series of hoists and elevators. The Richelieu-class typically carried a diverse air group, including fighter aircraft for air defense, dive bombers for attacking enemy ships, and torpedo bombers. The size and layout of the flight deck and hangar were a testament to the French Navy's commitment to naval aviation. The outbreak of World War II in September 1939 found the Richelieu-class carriers in various stages of completion. Richelieu, the lead ship, was still undergoing fitting out. Her sister ship, Jean Bart, was even further behind in construction. The fall of France in June 1940 threw the fate of these powerful warships into uncertainty. The French Navy, determined to prevent its fleet from falling into German hands, dispatched Richelieu to Dakar in French West Africa. Richelieu's first taste of action came during the Battle of Dakar in September 1940. British forces, attempting to rally French West Africa to the Free French cause, clashed with the Vichy French forces defending the port. Richelieu, though not fully operational, sortied to defend Dakar. She engaged British warships with her 15-inch guns. Her aircraft, though limited in number, conducted reconnaissance and bombing missions. The battle ended inconclusively and Richelieu sustained damage. With Dakar secured, Richelieu underwent repairs and continued to operate with the Vichy French Navy. Her role was limited by a lack of aircraft and fuel. The carrier remained a potent symbol of French naval power. The unfinished Jean Bart, trapped at Saint-Nazaire, faced an even more uncertain future. Her fate would become entwined with the shifting tides of war. The Allied landings in North Africa in November 1942 marked a turning point for the Richelieu-class. Richelieu, after a tense standoff with Allied forces, joined the Free French naval forces. This bolstered the Allied naval presence in the Mediterranean. It provided a much-needed aircraft carrier to counter Axis air power. Richelieu underwent a refit in the United States to bring her up to operational standards. This included upgrades to her radar and anti-aircraft defenses. Returning to service in 1944, Richelieu joined the British Eastern Fleet in the Indian Ocean. Her aircraft conducted strikes against Japanese positions in Sumatra and Java. The carrier's presence bolstered the Allied effort to contain Japanese expansion in Southeast Asia. Richelieu's service in the Eastern Fleet demonstrated her versatility and global reach. Meanwhile, Jeanne Barre, after a dramatic escape from Saint-Nazaire, also joined the Free French naval forces. She underwent a lengthy refit, including the completion of her flight deck and hangar. Though she never saw combat service as an aircraft carrier, Jeanne Barre served as a powerful symbol of France's resurgence. The Richelieu-class carriers, having weathered the storms of war, emerged as valuable assets in the Allied victory. Following World War II, France faced the daunting task of rebuilding its navy and reasserting its presence on the world stage. The Richelieu-class carriers, having proven their worth in combat, formed a key component of this post-war naval renaissance. Both Richelieu and Jeanne Barre underwent extensive modernization programs to adapt them to the demands of the jet age. These modernizations focused on upgrading the carrier's flight decks and hangar facilities to accommodate heavier, faster jet aircraft. Angled flight decks were installed to improve safety and efficiency during flight operations. New, more powerful catapults and arresting gear were fitted to handle the increased weight and speed of jet aircraft. The hangars were enlarged and modernized to service and maintain the latest jet fighters and attack aircraft. The modernization programs also addressed the carrier's electronics and armament. New radar systems, communication suites, and electronic warfare equipment were installed. The anti-aircraft armament was upgraded, enhancing their defenses against the growing threat of air attack. The Richelieu-class, once symbols of pre-war naval ambition, were reborn as capable Cold War warships. The Richelieu-class carriers, though often overshadowed by their larger American counterparts, played a significant role in the development of naval aviation. Their design and construction showcased French ingenuity and innovation in the field of aircraft carrier development. The decision to concentrate the main armament forward, a departure from contemporary designs, maximized the availability of the flight deck for aircraft operations. The Richelieu-class also influenced subsequent aircraft carrier designs. The angled flight deck, a feature later adopted by navies worldwide, proved to be a crucial innovation. The French Navy's experiences operating the Richelieu-class during World War II and beyond provided valuable lessons in carrier tactics and doctrine. These lessons were shared with Allied navies, contributing to the evolution of naval aviation as a decisive force in modern warfare. The Richelieu-class carriers stand as a testament to the enduring legacy of French naval aviation. The story of the Richelieu-class carriers is ultimately a human one. It is the story of the thousands of sailors who served aboard these ships, facing the perils of war and the challenges of peacetime service with courage and dedication. From the shipwrights who labored on their construction to the air crews who flew from their decks, the men of the Richelieu-class embodied the proud traditions of the French Navy. During the dark days of World War II, these sailors faced uncertainty and danger, but they never wavered in their commitment to duty. Whether engaging enemy warships, launching airstrikes against enemy positions, or enduring the monotony of long deployments, they served with distinction. In the post-war era, as France rebuilt its navy, the sailors of the Richelieu-class played a vital role in maintaining their nation's presence on the world stage. The legacy of the Richelieu-class carriers is inseparable from the sacrifices and contributions of the sailors who served aboard them. Today, the Richelieu-class carriers are gone, but not forgotten. Richelieu was scrapped in 1968 after a long and distinguished career. Jeanne Barre met a similar fate in 1970. Though their physical presence is missed, their memory lives on in naval history. Museums and archives preserve artifacts, photographs, and documents that tell the story of these remarkable ships. Models and illustrations bring their design to life for new generations. The legacy of the Richelieu-class extends beyond museums and history books. Their story continues to inspire naval architects, historians, and enthusiasts. As we remember the Richelieu-class carriers, we pay tribute to the skill and dedication of the men who designed, built, and served aboard them. Though the ships themselves are gone, their story continues to resonate, reminding us of the courage, sacrifice, and innovation that have shaped the course of naval warfare.